Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Recently I was out at the Western Bass Shootout here on the California Delta, and I met up with Coach Alex Thiemann and team captain Quinn Hawkinson from the Simpson University bass fishing team. We put together a short little interview really focusing on young high school anglers, and the coach talks about what college coaches are looking for in young high school bass fishing athletes that are looking to make that jump into college. And Quinn gives a couple of pointers on what helped Quinn make that jump from when he fished high school into college. So let's check this out. I think for a lot of you young anglers, you'll get a good idea of what you need to do to make that jump. Check it out.
So I'm Alex Thiemann. I'm the coach. I came in about 4 years ago to help start the program.
I'm Quinn Hawkinson. I'm a sophomore here. I'm one of the team captains on the team and just love fishing in college here at Simpson.
I want you guys to talk about some of the things you're looking at as a coach. What are you looking at? Quinn, we'll get to you, and you can talk about, you came up through the college or through the high school ranks. You can talk about some of the things that you might have helped you, and that you can, if you have any recommendations for the high school guys that are coming up now. I think they'd really appreciate, your knowledge of how you've made the journey. And I also want to say, before I turn it over to you guys, Simpson College up in Redding, California, Chico, small college, but when it comes to bass fishing, these guys are up there. As far as I'm concerned, you guys are the top West Coast team. You compete nationally. You're up there with Alabama, all the big boys. So if you're thinking about a college here on the West Coast, don't rule these guys out. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, no, as he was saying, it's like we're located up in Redding, California, a small private four-year institution, and yeah, it might be small in that setting of total population, but we're big in bass fishing. The current rankings, we're 30th in the nation. Our school supports us so well. We're at an event like this today, like we're at the Western Bass Shootout, and it's an inaugural event for West Coast bass fishing at an expo that's trying to mimic what MLF and BASS have been doing for years. And so the fact that we're the only school here is a kind of testament to our commitment to angling and to bass fishing tournaments. We've got our Nitro Z20 that we're using for seminars today. It's fully wrapped and rigged and ready to go. And it's been really neat to see over these past 4 years that we've been around just how we continue to develop the program, and the whole time the school's behind us, backing us.
And you guys have a huge social media presence too. I've been following you for the last few years.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that kind of speaks to the point I think that you wanted me to mention, which is, well, what do we look for in recruits? What do we look for in team members? They definitely have to be a student angler. They have to be somebody that is coming for an educational experience, that they want to get their degree, and that they're going to take it seriously, being a student first. And then they, of course, have to be an angler, which is being good off the front of a bass boat, but it's also knowing it's like here at this expo, as we're talking with people from the community, it is a business as well as a sport. So it's like you have to be able to engage well with the business side of things. And so, like Quinn here, he's a business major, and between business majors, digital media majors that we have in our department, they're learning about how to produce content and do things like that to be able to have a robust social media following. So you're a good brand ambassador, so then you can attract more sponsors and continue your fishing career as you see fit. So
now, how do you recruit people? Let some of the younger high school guys, you're not going out to high schools recruiting people. Are you accepting resumes? How does a high school, say junior or senior, that wants to reach this next level, what should he or she be doing to maybe get your attention?
No, that's a great question. So we definitely try to make it to high school fishing events when we can, but we've been out at the World Finals with giant checks. We've been here in the California State Championships with giant checks in years past. As things ebb and flow, it's like as we all get busy and time gets limited, that's where I might not be able to be at all places. But as you find us on social media, as you go to simpsonu.edu, it's a few clicks away to being able to find my contact information, to message us, to reach out, and to engage. And we were talking to a lot of other folks at the expo this week about how this next generation of anglers, all you have to do is ask, seek it out, find it, attack it, and be a little aggressive. I will not take offense to all of a sudden me getting a text message, a direct message. It's like an email of somebody wanting to get what's theirs, which is a great quality education and an ability to fish in college. And I want to see that initiative, because that initiative plays off in a way that you can be the next team captain of Simpson University bass fishing team, and those are types of qualities that Quinn really exhibited early on.
So Quinn, how about you? Talk about your situation. You fished high school, your hometown.
Yeah, I'm from Chico, California. I grew up fishing just kayak, like not even bass tournaments. I just grew up fishing in a kayak. Started doing some bass tournaments in the kayak, and that led me to finding a boater for my high school events. I started fishing in the back of the boat. And eventually I worked up enough money where my dad would help me buy a bass boat, so he started boating for me and my partner in these tournaments. And yeah, so we just started fishing those high school events. I heard about Simpson through a tournament in Clear Lake. It was one of the Major League Fishing high school events. Back then it was FLW. So I heard about it through there. Didn't have to go to nationals about it. That was actually when I first got in contact with Alex, and I actually signed on a nationals tournament. It was out in Wisconsin, I believe, my sophomore, junior year. But yeah, I didn't have to go to that. They had big checks there. Alex was there. Just talked to him. They're happy to just help you out along the way. I needed a lot of help, just being that I obviously hadn't applied to college before. Coming from high school, I didn't know what I was doing. So Simpson being a small university, they're happy to help you out here. Especially Alex is great with communication. So reach out to people. If you see him at an event, just come up to him, ask him a few questions about how to apply. And yeah, just fish high school, you'll see him around.
So I might have one. I'll put you on the spot. If you were talking to a high school angler that's looking to make this next level, do you have one piece of advice you could give them?
Honestly, I would say that social media presence and how you communicate with people is more important than your tournament finishes as far as being in the fishing industry. Obviously, being a good fisherman is part of that. However, if you're a good fisherman and you can stack that on top, you are just going to be one of the best out there. So you just got to be able to know how to fish, know how to communicate, and just properly just put yourself out there for schools to see, specifically Simpson and from the California area, sponsors, get a good social media presence, and all that stuff.
And remember, guys, I just want to kind of reiterate a little bit. These guys are going to college. They are college athletes on scholarships. It can be done. And you might as well do it bass fishing. So guys, thank you so much for talking with me. And we're gonna be talking more. We'll get to talk to some of the other guys on the team. You guys come down for the Delta tournament. It sounds like we're gonna be having a weigh-in here. So we're gonna cut it real close. Thank you guys for watching. And if you have any questions, ship them over to me, and I might have to ship them back to Simpson. But we'll get them answered for you. Bye bye.